So, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the ONTOCHAIN Open Call webinar. So, I am Caroline Barrel, the coordinator of the ONTOCHAIN project. And today the webinar is dedicated. We are at half stage of the application period. So we want to recall a bit about the ONTOCHAIN project, which is related to a new software ecosystem for traceable and transparent ontological knowledge management. The first part will be dedicated to the innovation action in brief. I will be the speaker. The second part will focus on Open Call 1, namely research, where Vlado Stankowski from the University of Ljubljana will speak more about the 6 topics related to the project. Then I will take again the floor in order to explain a bit more how to apply and what next if you are successful. And then we will give you the floor for the question and answer. Just to inform you that at that time the webinar is recorded, and that you will be able to interact with us with the Q&A box that you have on the Zoom application. So, ONTOCHAIN in brief, as already said, ONTOCHAIN is a European project funded by the European Commission under the European Union Horizon 2020 Research and Innovation Programme. It is also part of the Next Generation Internet Initiative. It was launched in September 2020 to empower innovators and users through 3 open calls to develop blockchain-based knowledge management solution that will be part of a novel software ecosystem for better share of knowledge and value. During this program, up to for the 2 million euro funding will be distributed as long with a mentoring program with best international experts in semantic web, linked data, ontology engineering, blockchain interoperability, knowledge management, distributed and decentralized computing, business model for trust knowledge, and so forth. Just to recall a bit the overall goal of ONTOCHAIN. Today, in fact, more than ever, our digital life is an extension of our physical world, and it is now possible for citizens from all over the world to participate in the generation and use of knowledge like never before. However, from the current standpoint, and when it comes to exchange of knowledge, Internet can't assure that bias or systematic abuse of global trust are avoided. The way knowledge is actually generated, curated, and stored raises ethically some concern. Citizens are everywhere at risk of being presented partial or biased information, reflecting the viewpoint of their provider. And it is thus time from now on to handle our digital life with the same critical, moral, and ethical thinking that we use in our physical world. So the Internet of the future should be more resilient, trustworthy, and sustainable. And therefore, the goal of ONTOCHAIN is to contribute to a more human-centered Internet and to foster new opportunities in the data market by enabling the co-design, development, and implementation of a new generation of trustful and decentralized web application federating blockchain on one side and semantic technologies on the other side for different application domains, such as e-science, e-education, e-health, e-government, e-commerce, e-tourism, e-infrastructure, entertainment, industry 4.0, and so on. Regarding ONTOCHAIN development and implementation, the year one is dedicated to the call one, namely research. The budget is 1.14 million euro for this call. And the goal is to establish the ONTOCHAIN framework as a human-centric, decentralized, and trustworthy solution based on the available technologies. The year two is dedicated to the call two, namely protocol suite and software ecosystem foundation. The budget is 1.32 million euro, and the goal is to build the ONTOCHAIN concept for the creation of a trustworthy information exchange process and a more transactional content handling, as well as create the ONTOCHAIN framework prototype. Year three is dedicated to the call three, namely application and experimentation. The budget is 1.75 million euro, and the goal is to exploit the ONTOCHAIN solution for real-life use cases. We are during these 3 years, we will really all participate. I mean, the ONTOCHAIN consortium and you as third party to a co-design process, and the goal at the end is to establish a win-win business model. So what's in it for the third party, so for you? Of course, equity-free funding, for example, up to 123,000 euro for the call one, and the payment will be based on the result that is determined by the fulfillment of predefined KPIs. You will also have access to coaching support service and thus to various expertise for scaling up innovative business. You will have access to top infrastructure with the free use of the blockchain platform provided by IXEC, and also free access to the update blockchain patent landscape hosted in my patent developed by SEMANTIC. And of course, you will have the possibility to get more visibility and promotion through community building with innovators, industry, investors. You will have also the opportunity to have media promotion and access to top events. I will thus now leave the floor to Vlado Stankowski from the University of Ljubljana that will be more specific on the 6 topics on the architecture of ONTOCHAIN.
Thank you, Caroline. Hello to everyone who attend this webinar about the first open call of ONTOCHAIN. The 6 call topics, as you probably already know, are related to applications, then semantic interoperability, on-chain data management, off-chain knowledge management, because much more information can be stored off-chain than on-chain. So we call it knowledge management instead of simple data management. And then ecosystem economy and scalability and integration. So let me go through all the 6 topics. First, I'm going to talk about the architecture and key goals of the project, and then go through all these 6 topics. The ecosystem economy is going to be explained by our innovation manager, Dr. Papaioannou, who is also here. So let's go. ONTOCHAIN, let's say, is a meeting point between blockchains and semantic web. We know that in the past couple decades, there is this initiative of the semantic web that is intended to build trust on the World Wide Web. And now with the emergence of blockchains as a trusted, let's say, infrastructures, where people use them to share, let's say, assets and exchange assets between each other and do all sorts of other things. We feel that they can also contribute to trusted information and knowledge handling, exchange, and storage. So there is a similarity or let's say analogy between these two. On one side, for example, ontology is a shared conceptualization, and on the other, a blockchain is a shared ledger. So we think that there is a very big value in putting these two together. What ONTOCHAIN wishes to develop is a software ecosystem for actually ecosystem or smart ecosystems in the future. We know that the Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, and many other technologies like cloud computing and edge computing are pretty much on the rise. And what we want to achieve is a software ecosystem that can support trust in very dynamic, semantically complex ecosystems of actors. This means this could be, let's say, car sharing systems or organ donation system applications, or maybe in energy or sustainability and so on. So what we want to see with this new architecture is a system and applications especially that can support such very dynamic and heterogeneous and semantically complex ecosystems. And we believe we are in the right time to do so. We believe we have also some key baseline technologies, and we want to put them in place in some practical examples showing the power of trustworthy information handling and trustworthy data and information exchange. Thanks. Let's go. So the topics that we have imagined for our first call and our expectations from people who and organizations who are going to apply are that first of all, in the first topic we focus on applications. So for example, even though one partner that is going to apply for this topic may only be let's say proficient in one application domain, still it needs to be able, or that partner needs to be able to exemplify generic use cases related to the ONTOCHAIN development or ONTOCHAIN architecture. For example, about matching offer and demand, assessing the trustworthiness of information, trustworthiness of content, also how to establish human rights, respecting and democratic mechanisms of doing things. So there are many application domains that we expect here to be relevant. We have mentioned some of these in the background document, but I believe that many proposers would maybe have even better and more interesting application domains to apply with. Anyhow, in the first the overall call, first call, is designed with 3 phases, as you will learn after my presentation. So we want to see that in the first phase of the first call, all the participants come together. We are going to be organizing joint, let's say, meetings and seminars or workshops together, so that we learn from each other on the different types of technologies and the different types of applications that can be supported, so that in the second phase of the project, those people and organizations that are going to proceed with us will have a good, let's say, ground or knowledge and understanding of how this topic about applications is going to be developed. So the level of expected maturity in relation to all the topics, generally, it is that we expect some analysis, broader analysis, than, let's say, design and prototypes that are exemplifying the key aspects of, let's say, potential onto-chain applications in the future. Next slide. So another technical topic in this project is about semantic web and how it can integrate with the blockchains. This is also elaborated in the call text, of course. I believe it is clear. For example, you could imagine applications that use knowledge bases and databases, and they need to assure for certain properties that are stored in this, or data that is stored in these databases, their immutability, their reputation, let's say, if it is collected in a broader sense. Also some, you could imagine blockchain-based ontology agreement processes, and other things. So what we want here is really competent partners that can help us analyze, design, and prototype core aspects of semantic interoperability, as they're explained or, let's say, bulleted in this slide. And also we expect some design for implementation in the next stages of the project, which means, let's say, stage call 2 and calls 3 of the project. Then we have topic 3 on on-chain data management. This topic is about experts who really know how the protocols work on blockchain and how consensus works on blockchains, different types of blockchains, where we can store not only transactions, but also more, let's say, semantic information, maybe some not only hashtags, but we said also some more structured data, which is really relevant to be stored and assured its progress over time. For example, in relation to provenance, in relation to other important aspects. So you can read here all these topics. I don't want to go into details, but anyhow, the competent partner and let's say expert partner that is going to proceed with us in the first year of the project is expected to help us design and prototype core on-chain data management methods. And we also expect to help us provide a detailed design for implementation in the year 2 of the project. Next slide. The same goes for off-chain knowledge management, where we have other mechanisms. So this topic also concerns the interface between the world, which is not trusted, inherently not trusted, because the data is coming from, let's say, IoT devices, from sources we need to verify, we need to establish the validity, establish the trustworthiness of the information, and then, or trace the provenance of this information and so on, and establish the reputation, of course, which is a very important aspect of this topic, and then link it to, let's say, data and information which is being stored on blockchains. So again, prototypes related to core aspects related to reputation models and, let's say, decentralized oracles are really very important for this topic. So we want to have at the end of the first year a detailed design which will help us implement such services in the second year of the project. This is something like, let's say, producing a detailed description of work for other people to do in the second year of the project. Or perhaps even these participants, if they wish to shortly become part of the next stage of the project, if funds are available. And the topic 6 is the last topic I'm going to talk about. It's about ecosystem scalability. This is a very important aspect. So here we want to have an infrastructure expert, let's say, or expert on scalability, cloud computing, maybe, and other types of partners we could imagine that would help us establish the key building blocks for this ecosystem, so that we can easily replicate them, the minimum number of protocols that we wish to support, the minimum number of ontologies and other things that we wish to have in this ecosystem, and the ways how we can spread the ecosystem availability across Europe and, of course, beyond. So what we want to see really the way, the methods for supporting scalability and integration of this novel software ecosystem, and the ways how, I mean, this infrastructure that we are going to build now is going to be used later on, let's say in year 2 and year 3 of the project, to be on which we should be able to build important and interesting applications. So thank you very much for this. I pass the word now to Thanasis Papaioannou from the Athens Business School, who is going to talk about the next very important topic, which is the economy of these ecosystems. Thank you.
So, hello, this is Thanasis Papaioannou from the Athens University of Economics and Business. I'm going to talk to you about topic 5, which is about ecosystem economy. So, what is the overall goal of this topic? We want you to specify, or the applicants that are going to address this topic, to specify a market framework and the related business models for supporting facilitating the operation of the ONTOCHAIN blockchain ecosystem and other such ecosystems. What is the key value proposition? What is the central offering of this ecosystem that we are building ONTOCHAIN? It's a trustworthy content handling, as mentioned already by Vlado, and trustworthy knowledge and information exchange and trading. What are the means for verifying the means for verification that you actually delivered what we want? You have to provide win-win solutions for all involved stakeholders, because we are building a multi-party ecosystem with multiple developers, multiple communities of developers, multiple companies participating in this. And the ecosystem should be able to function both successfully in a business way, both autonomously, and the individual constituent companies or parties to be also able to win, to gain something out of it. So you need to analyze the incentive structure for all involved stakeholders, but also the resources that are going to be used in this ecosystem. Next slide, please. So in more detail, one successful applicant has to address others in more detail and other aspects in less detail. The following topics. First, you have to investigate and define business models for this ecosystem. You have to use for verifying your arguments, your argumentation, value chain networks, value chains or value networks. You have to provide, if is applicable, if such a thing is applicable in your approach, a token design strategy, as well as a token distribution strategy that respects these aspects of win-win and the incentive structure that we said previously. Proper value sharing approaches, enabling mechanisms for the market. These are also very important because we have to really go towards a practical and operational market framework in this ecosystem. Very importantly, this ecosystem should be sustainable in a provable way. This proof may come based on some economic modeling, or based on some simulations, or based on some really formal proofs that the whole sharing of value is such that the whole ecosystem can be growing in a sustainable way in the future. And of course, one other aspect, last but not least, is the way that the different is the topic, is the sub-topic regarding the way that the IPs are split among the various stakeholders participating in this ecosystem, but is also related to the way that the value is shared. So next slide. So just in order for you to have some kind of background of the things that we know already and are widely known regarding the blockchain business models. This slide here presents the top 7 blockchain business models. We need something that goes beyond the common knowledge, beyond this, what you see in this slide here. Solutions that actually can be sustainable and can be operational in an innovative way, learning from the current practices, but also going one step beyond in the way that this ecosystem is going to have a successful future as a business. Next slide, please. And okay, so more or less I covered most of this slide already. Just to mention some other topics. So what do we, how do we evaluate the level of maturity? As I said, we are looking for a sustainable expansion model. It's open. It is an open question, let's say. How do we deal with blockchain forking? And how do we deal with potential token forking if a token strategy or a token definition is applicable in the model that you are going to propose? Again, we say that we are looking for win-win solutions. We need it to be practical ones. We need them to be practical solutions. And we need to define precisely the relation of the ONTOCHAIN to the development communities that contribute to it, and the relation of ONTOCHAIN with spin-offs, spin-outs, forks, individual, let's say, endeavors that are going to be pursued after the initial contributions of the several stakeholders. So we want both individually and as a whole to be able to go through successfully. So the next phase is going to be addressed by Caroline.
Thank you, Thanasis. So I will go now more into practice regarding the three phases of the Open Call 1. The first phase, namely research proposal, will last 2 months, up to 18 projects covering the 6 challenges that we just spoke about. You will have to propose a research project for one of these 6 challenges aforementioned. In phase 2, a research award. So this phase will last 4 months. Only 6 projects will be retained from phase 1. And of course, based on merit. And you will have to further elaborate the concept proposed in phase 1 and prepare design specification that will be implemented during the Open Call 2. Phase 3, challenges for conferences will last 1 month, and the best publication will be awarded. In other terms, you will have to submit an article in a peer review journal, high level 1. If it is accepted, then you will be granted. The timeline for the Open Call 1. So as you already know, the call has been launched in November, and the closure will be the 15th of January. Then we will have a phase of evaluation and selection with external evaluators that will last from the 16th of January to the 15th of February. Then a contracting phase that will end the 28th of February. And then you will start implementing your proposal. So phase 1 will last from the 1st March to the 30th of April. The second phase, where only 6 projects will be retained, will last from the 2nd of May to the 30th of August. And finally, 1 month for the challenges for conferences, so the month of September. How to apply? I hope you have already read, of course, the guide for applicant. The only entry point for all proposal is the F6S platform. So you have here the link, and the submission received by any other means or any other channel will be automatically discarded. So to apply successfully, we advise you, of course, to well understand the ONTOCHAIN blueprint architecture, which is described in the ONTOCHAIN background document that you can find on our website. Of course, to focus on one of the 6 topics and consider that it is a co-design process that will lead to a win-win business model. You will have also to provide a comprehensive research proposal according to the ONTOCHAIN template and instructions set in the guide for applicants. And of course, you will have to fill the administrative part, including all the supporting documents necessary. So everything is well explained in the guide for applicants. And also, once again, we encourage you to really read carefully the ONTOCHAIN background document that will give you all the detail regarding the technical aspects and the architecture. once selected, what next? So we said that the call will close on the 15th of January, and we intend to publish the result the 17th of February. And as already said, the end of the contracting phase will be the 28th of February. So for the different activities that will take place during phase 1 will be first to set up clear KPIs with the mentors that will be dedicated and assigned to you. These KPIs will be linked to the funding of the third party. Then the third party will have also to attend several mandatory internal events that will be organized, of course, by us, the ONTOCHAIN Consortium, and including our advisory board of experts. For example, you will have a kickoff event devoted to knowing each other and your foreseen contribution to ONTOCHAIN. In the midterm of phase 1, there will be an event devoted to the follow-up of the progress, of your progress, according to the defined KPIs. And finally, a final event with pitch contest, where the third party will present their project outcome, and the best will progress to phase 2. During this phase, you will have to release 2 deliverables. Regarding phase 2, of course, you will have to fulfill the KPIs and once again attend several internal events. For example, some mentoring session on a regular basis with the members of the ONTOCHAIN Consortium and eventually the advisory board. You will have also to participate in a pitch contest where you will present your demo or service of your use case that you want to implement. You will have also to present the research carried out and the business idea. Once again, here 2 deliverables are expected from you. And finally, in phase 3, as already said, you will have to submit a paper, an article regarding your contribution to ONTOCHAIN in a high-quality peer-reviewed scientific journal or conference. And the award will be granted if the paper has been accepted. So thank you for your attention, and now we can leave some time for question and answer. So let's start maybe with the Q&A section, where you should have post your question, and maybe some have already been answered by my colleagues. One question that I can read now is the one of Dr. Mohammad Mubashir Khan. Would it be possible that students from countries like Pakistan may work on this project in partnership with a British university? I will answer to the question. The eligible country to participate in ONTOCHAIN are the one that are mentioned in the H2020 program, and as well as the associated countries. So, in fact, Pakistan will not be eligible. You have to find another means to be involved in the proposal. This is the answer. So, and now for Magda, could you please elaborate more on these two deliverables of phase 1 and 2? So I will maybe leave the floor to Vlado. From what I know, there is one more in phase 1. One is more oriented on the state of the art, and maybe Vlado, if you want to.
Actually, if you
Anasis, yes.
Yeah. So because there was another question regarding that, how conceptual are the contributions that are expected in phase 1 or practical ones? So what I want to emphasize here is that in phase 1 we are looking for solution descriptions. We are looking for specifications. We are looking for software design. So in the first phase, the plan is that we are designing the whole ONTOCHAIN ecosystem in full detail. With proof, I mean, all solutions have to be verified, either with formal proofs or with proof of concept or with simulation experiments. And at the phase 2, we are looking for software, actual software. So the whole ecosystem is going to be built in practice. So at phase 2, we are the partners are going to undertake the projects there. They deliver software, they deliver solutions implemented in full detail, along with all details of their algorithms and the professional level of development that is needed for a live system. And in the third phase, we are looking for applications that are going to run on top of the ecosystem. So you see, the first phase is design, second is implementation of the core, third phase is vertical applications that are exploiting the ONTOCHAIN ecosystem. I hope that's clear.
Yes, I think, sorry for, I think I would also agree with this, so nothing to add.
Thank you. So a question from Andy Baker. So sorry, by moderator, I was talking about the ONTOCHAIN member who will be assigned to the team to have meeting with. So practically, this will be defined, of course, at the beginning, the very beginning of the implementation of your project. And the expert from our consortium that will be assigned to the party will be assigned according to their expertise in one of the 6 topics that have been discussed previously. One other question from Dr. Mohammad Mubashir Khan. Could you please highlight eligible costs? Can we hire a research student? So in fact, the funding is delivered to you according to the result that you will reach. We will not we will ask you for receipt only for traceability, and because this is also the frame of the H2020 program, to just verify if if the funding has been used for the good purpose. So we will there is no specific category of eligible cost at the moment. One question from Lisandro Espindola, yes. I review the application template. Can we contact you if we have doubt about how to complete it? Do you have a sample that we can follow? So I don't know, what do you mean by application template? If it is for formal administrative data, this is the one that you have, of course, on the F6S platform. You just have to fill in your data. And regarding the proposal, you have the template in the guide for applicant, and you have to follow the different sections that we have mentioned there. Of course, if you have any other question, please do not hesitate regarding that matter to contact us. One other question from Christophe Fabianek. Is the use of the IXEC platform mandatory? Can you explain the following objective in the proposal template on which ONTOCHAIN deployment site you aim to experiment? So, Anthony, please, I will let you answer to this question.
So regarding the use of the IXEC platform, no, it's not mandatory. So each project will come and we'll discuss whether IXEC can be useful for the project or not. Many of them will maybe not need our technology for their experimentation. In this case, you are free to do whatever else you need to do. Regarding the second question, which is on which ONTOCHAIN deployment sites you aim to experiment, I was looking at the guide for applicants, and I think this question probably applies more to the infrastructure topic. So I'm not sure it really applies in the general case. I don't know what you think, Caroline. The thing is, the infrastructure topic, I think, which is topic 6, will define where and how the blockchain and the ecosystem will be hosted. So there will be nodes, hopefully all across Europe, and they will be owned by different stakeholders. They will be live in different countries. And so this question is kind of, for your application, do you need to be deployed on a specific country, on a specific area? Do you need to have nodes that are more academic, more citizen-owned, more company-owned? So if it is a requirement, if it is something specific to your project that needs to be addressed, then you can say it here. Otherwise, I think you can, I don't think you have to answer this specific point.
No, you are right, Anthony. I think you give exactly the answer.
I also agree to that, yes. So the point here is that we need under topic 6 that some partner that is going to join us will know how to establish an infrastructure, how to replicate infrastructure. I mean, I personally work with cloud computing and distributed computing for 20 years, let's say 20 years for distributed computing. And, you know, the ability to replicate the software, to organize a repository, to put things into containers, to provide guidelines of how this technology can replicate across, people can adopt it and use it, is one of the major topics of or interest under topic 6, as you can see in the slides.
Okay, thank you, Vlado. So a question from Nias Shodari. Sorry if I misspelled the name. So the first question is, how do you split the funding for different phases? How much fund will be allocated for phase 1 and how much for phase 2? So we have dedicated budget for each of the 3 phases. Please, I advise you to look. You have the answer for this question if you want to have the exact number in the guide for applicants. There is let's say an amount of it's half in fact for about half, but you will have the exact number in the guide for applicants. And how are you going to select the phase 2 participants? As I already mentioned, this will be based on merit and on the fulfillment of the KPIs that have been defined at the beginning of the project. We will have only 6 participants, and these participants will match with one of the 6 topics. So we have 6 topics, and we will have 6 dedicated participants for phase 2. Next question. From Lisandro Espindola. My project involves option solutions which are under development, 80% achieved. Should I include this in the application form or just focus on the on-chain solution? So maybe this is a question for Anthony.
So I'm not sure what you mean by including the application. If it's in the sense that as background, so if it represents the state of your development and it tells us something about where you are in your project and what remains to be achieved, yes, I think it's a good idea to talk about it. If it's sort of disjoint, then no, but I assume that anything that you have already developed and is relevant to your application, I think it's a good idea to talk about it. So I don't know in which section it applies the most, but yes, it's a good idea to talk about it in your application.
Okay, thank you, Anthony. A question from Sam B. How many partners from phase 1 will continue in phase 2? Just one partner per topic or more? So I just answer this question. So 18 entities in phase 1 and only 6 retain in phase 2, one per topic. Okay, so now Andy Baker. If parts of the project we aim to make will not be made open source, are there any reason ONTOCHAIN will not accept for this? So I will leave the floor to Vlado if you want to answer this. Vlado is not.
I'm sorry, I'm mixed with this. Let's say conversations, because I see 2 screens here. Could you please repeat the question, because I'm not sure where we are?
Of course. So if parts of the project we aim to make will not be made open source, are there any reason ONTOCHAIN will not accept for this?
All proposers that are obviously in this project, we want to have an open approach, which means, for example, the software of iExec is available as, let's say, under a permissive open source license, Apache version 2. Now, all the proposers can also propose other IPR resolution in this project, but they need to explain how their, let's say, IPR solution would integrate with the ecosystem and how, let's say, all the participants would be able to benefit from it. Let's say if there is a closed source license in specific part, all the other partners should still be able to understand from this application how they can, let's say, make use of that contribution, what is the business model behind, how much do they pay for using it, for example, and things like this. So all proposers, we try to have a very open approach in this project so that everybody can reuse the generated knowledge within this project. However, whoever proposes any other alternative solution, which is of course possible and also welcome, we still need to have some approach, an explanation in this proposal, how the participants are going to integrate their IPR with the IPR generated by the other partners in the project. I hope this is clear.
I want to complement something here. The whole point is that whatever background or whatever solution, because there was also another question regarding this, if some existing developments or partially already implemented solutions could be part of this, of the contributions of the various parties. So what I want to say here is the following. If you declare this implementations, these prior implementations as background, then, and you keep all IPs for yourselves, then these contributions are not eligible for ONTOCHAIN. But if you are going to contribute this prior work to ONTOCHAIN, which means that the ONTOCHAIN ecosystem is going to be able to be using this software, let's say, or solutions in general, in a sustainable way, and maybe you describe adequately a win-win scenario for this, then I guess it's okay, as long as there is also some innovative aspect. So you cannot have it ready as a whole and provide it to ONTOCHAIN. You have to have also an innovative aspect that is going to be developed within this this project that you are going to be granted. Otherwise, we have issues of double funding, and we don't want that. Okay, so regarding this, I think that we are fine. I wanted also to clarify something that I said previously, and maybe it might create confusion. So there was one question regarding what do we expect in phase 1 and phase 2 of the proposals, of the projects, sorry. And I said something regarding solutions and designs and software. I was referring to the 3-year phases of the project: first year, second year, third year. When I was saying phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, I was meaning practically year 1, year 2, year 3. So we are now focusing on year 1, and regarding year 1, I would say that for phase 1, we expect the conceptual level that you normally have when you apply for research proposals for funding from the European Union, for example, from the European Commission, sorry. And at the second phase, we want specific designs that are going to be validated somehow through formal proofs, simulations, or proof of concept implementations. Okay, so conceptual level at the first phase, practical solutions, full design specification in the second phase. Now, to glue this with what is going to follow up in the next year we are going to have another open call. And there we will need software solution. Not now. Now we need very detailed designs which are going to be validated. Okay, I hope that is clear now. If there is any other question, I would be happy to clarify further.
Thank you, Thanasis, for this clarification. Let's go to the next question from Lisandro. What do you mean when mentioning the following? What benefits for ONTOCHAIN large-scale pilots? So I will maybe try to answer this. We are the ONTOCHAIN project will be developed in a co-design process, and when we speak about benefits, that means that the impact has to be win-win, both for the consortium, the ONTOCHAIN consortium, and you third party that will participate to the development of this ecosystem. I don't know if my colleagues want to add something else. No, so let's go to the next question. Where this presentation slide available online, of course, you will have this recording of all the webinar on our ONTOCHAIN YouTube channel very quickly after the webinar. One question from Anna, sorry, because it is moving. Yes, looking from the end user perspective, EL service provider, is there any way to participate in the development of this architecture since the beginning, not as technology provider? I mean, aren't you afraid to separate the technology development from the business process design, final user participation, which, as I understand, will be the subject of the further calls? So I will start answering. We have in the 6 topics, we have the first topic, which is really dedicated to application. So this is a mean for us not to be disconnected and to have real use cases in mind. But maybe I can leave the floor to
I can comment on this if you like.
Yeah.
So let's say like this, if we are afraid or not. We are not afraid, because you see, we're going to have at least 18 participants in the first phase of the project. And we're going to have also synchronization meetings with all the participants. And we're going to take the best of possible decisions, which means maybe on one side the most scientifically valid, on the other side also the practically possible. So for example, if there are participants here that wish to propose something really groundbreaking and it's convincing in the first phase and also the second phase of this year, I'm definitely sure, I mean, from the viewpoint of software integration, I'm speaking about software integration, I believe that we're going to arrive to sensible set of protocols, sensible set of algorithms and solutions and approach that can be followed in the second and third years of the project. And in addition to that, we are also going to be able to address in the second year of the project, with the second call, we are also going to get even bigger number of potential participants, because we are going to do a good work in the first year of the project. So we are very optimistic about this project, and no, we are not afraid of doing this activity.
And if I may complement something, I think Anthony wanted also to speak. If I may say something further to Anna. So topic 1 exactly wants to capture the perspective of and applications. And the topic 5 exactly wants to capture the business perspective. So what I want to say is that that's why we split it, the topics in that way, in order to cover all aspects involved in this ecosystem in a sufficiently detailed way and in depth. We are now in the first year of the project. We are collecting nice solutions from experts like yourself, and we are going to be very selective. And at the end of the first year, we are going to have an integrated ecosystem in terms of design concepts and solutions that is going to be converging and combining the ideas and the proposals of several people in the various depths and layers of the architecture. So yes, we are very confident that this is going to cover all concerns and aspects from every perspective.
Okay, and Anthony, do you want to mention something else? No? Okay.
No, I think I agree with what Thanasis and Vlado said, and I think that not all topics are necessarily technical, and then we are here to guide the applicants. I think what's important is that in your proposal, you show that you have the expertise to address the topic that you're addressing and the proposal that you are making, and then we will complement it and help you.
Okay, thank you, Anthony. The next question, I guess that we maybe more or less answer to it, but anyway, this is a question for Vlado. Can you please elaborate further on the sentence that you say, Vlado, which was, we need to see solution proposal that will integrate with the winning project of the 5 other topics. So I don't know if the question is very clear for you.
Yes. I would say like this. I would like to elaborate on that. So, for example, if there is a partner that applies on topic 2 with specific solution about semantic interoperability, let's say by using link data and all these aspects that are covered by topic 2, then when there is a phase 1 of the project, this partner will be able to interact with the other partners from the other topics. So this partner will going to be able to calibrate its proposal in the first 2 months of the project. So we expect you can have a lot of interactions with us as a core team of the project and also with other participants. And in that case, you're going to be able to calibrate your solution and present a research proposal that is going to be really in line, not only with what you thought in the first phase, I mean, before now when you submit your proposal, but also, you know, with your final, let's say, research proposal at the end of phase 1, because there will be winner in phase 1 in every topic. And this winner will be the winner who takes care as much as possible about all the other 5 topics. So for example, if you win topic 2, in the first phase of the project, you need to calibrate your solution to be aligned with topics 1, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And once you do that successfully, you proceed to phase 2 of the project. I hope this is clear now.
Okay, thank you, Vlado. And it seems that it is the last question, but we already answered from. So could you please highlight eligible costs with the fast pace of the project? What support will be available to ensure selected projects are able to recruit human resources required to deliver the outcomes? So I just want to recall that in your proposal you have to there is a part implementation where you will have to demonstrate that you have the means to do the research, let's say, and regarding the eligible cost, I already answered on that point. We are under the rule of the H2020 program, and the funding will be attributed based on merit. So we will just need a receipt from you to have a track of what have been spent, and if it has been spent for the good purpose. That's all. Okay. So I guess that there is no more. We have answer to all the questions. Please do not hesitate to write if you need more information right now or later on our contact form on our website. So I just check if we have other questions that have not been answered. Okay. So it seems that there is no more question for the moment. Miguel, shall we close, or is there
any... about the slides, and someone asked about the I don't know, links potentially for the recordings. So yeah, so please provide this information to how they are going to be able to find the slides or the recordings of this webinar.
Yes, you have. Thank you, Thanasis. You will be able to see or re-see this webinar on the ONTOCHAIN channel. You have the link here on the slide. Miguel, do you have any other thing to add regarding that aspect?
Hi, just to invite you all to follow us on social media. We will be spreading this information, the slides and the recordings and other valuable information for you. So yeah, follow us on social media and sign up for our newsletter, and that way you will have all the information needed to support you on your application. And good luck.
Yes, good luck to all proposers.
Yes, good luck, and we very look forward to your application in the next day. And thank you for your attention and your interest anyway in ONTOCHAIN. If you need more info, you can, as some of you have already done, please do not hesitate and feel free to ask your question on our contact form on our website. My colleagues, maybe do you want to?
Oh, many thanks to the attendants, and yeah, also good luck.
Thank you for joining. Good luck.
Yes, thank you everyone for joining, for your questions, and yeah, good luck.
Thank you. Good luck. Ciao.
Okay. Thank you for joining.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.